Alright fellas, what is up? Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. It is always greatly appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe and keeping it gaming, of course. And I want to talk to you guys about Resident Evil 7. I've already done our first impressions of this game. I actually just achieved last night, fellas, all the achievements in this game. I've enjoyed this game so much that I played through it 5 times and got 1000 G out of this game. All the achievements, all the gamer score I've completed for this game, so I'm very proud of that. But the reason why I've gone through and played through this game so much isn't just for the achievements. I'm enjoying this game so much, more than probably anything else I've played in the last 5 to 6 years. Probably the last game I enjoyed this much was Resident Evil 4, the previous Resident Evil that I really did enjoy. Now, I absolutely love this game, so that is what I want to talk to you guys about in this video. And as I mentioned before, I've already done our first impressions. I kind of want to go into this game a bit more in depth, and there will be a few spoilers in this, by the way, fellas. So the gameplay you guys are seeing is a bit further in the gameplay. I've actually got infinite ammo. I completed it on the hard difficulty, and that does give you infinite ammo. So I went through and got the last 2 achievements I wanted with infinite ammo. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm just kind of using the Magnum. Now this is a bit further on in the game where it does get a bit more action heavy. But I want to actually focus more on the beginning parts of the game where you're actually in the house. So as I said before, so spoilers will be in this video, fellas. So I want to focus to kind of make my point on the earlier parts of this game where you're in the house, you're kind of sneaking around, ammo is very, very scarce. Now that to me is the strongest part of this game. Now that really did bring me back to classic Resident Evil, where you've got this almost open world, how you have to get keys for this area to go to the next area, and then in that area you get a key that opens another door. Like, it just keeps going and going and going, but it never feels too forced. Like, there was quite a lot of backtracking, but when you actually came back to areas, there was almost always something that had changed. Either there was different enemies, the environment had kind of changed, like the black goo had kind of spread more. So even if you were doing a bit of backtracking, the areas felt different every single time. And the enemies, fellas, I want to talk about the enemies. The Baker family and the Molded are the enemies of, and I'm not talking about the boss fights, I'm just talking about the base enemies. The Molded are the kind of gooey monsters that you do fight in this game, and the Baker family are obviously the cannibal crazy ones that you do come across, that you do have to kind of sneak around from and kill in boss fights. Now those characters, fellas, the Baker family, I absolutely hated them. Like, not in a way like I hated their characters in the game. I hated them because they were evil, they were nasty, they were just a horrible bunch of people. But when you actually progress further through the game and you discover why they're like this and how they became like this, you actually feel a lot of sympathy for the family. And that is one of the reasons that I really do feel that this story in Resident Evil 7 is one of the best stories probably since Resident Evil 4. That is probably my all-time favorite Resident Evil is 4, but I gotta say, fellas, that number 7 is definitely close there. Like, I'm having so much fun. I can't even speak, I've got so many ideas in my head. I'm having so much fun playing this game that it's the most fun I've had in years. I can't ever remember a game that I completed once and I just wanted to play through again. I completed it a second time, I wanted to play through it again, and then I kind of thought, you know what, I'm going to get all the achievements in this game because I'm having so much fun. Now, there's only a few games I've kind of played that hard out and got all the achievements. One was Fallout 4, I got all the achievements in the indie game Inside, and a few others back on the 360. But this Resident Evil 7 is just so much fun, fellas. Like, even though I've got all the achievements, I want to go back and play through it again. Just because of the levels in the house, as I mentioned before, that's probably the strongest part of the game, is when you're in the house, and like in the mansion, in the barn, you're kind of sneaking around. Like, that is the most strongest point of this game. Not so much when it gets a bit more action heavy near the end, but definitely the early parts of the game are so freaking good, fellas. Like, this game is probably going to be my game of the year, and I haven't even played Mass Effect Andromeda yet. I haven't even played For Honor or the next Call of Duty, if that's going to be any good, or Halo Wars 2. But I gotta say that this game is probably going to be my game of the year because it's got everything that I look for. A great story with great characters, great environments, great enemies. It's kind of hard, but not too hard. Like, the hard difficulty was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, trying to complete it on Madhouse, but the normal difficulty was hard enough It gave you enough ammo that it felt challenging, but it wasn't over the top hard like a Dark Souls game. So I've enjoyed this game so much that I gotta say this is gonna be my game of the year for 2017. And of course, I strongly recommend trying this out if you guys haven't played it. This game is just incredible. It's the best game I've played in years. It gets a 10 out of 10 for me. As I said in my first impressions, I absolutely love this game, and I do hope it gets game of the year. But fellas, if you guys have played this game, be sure to comment down below. Be sure to let me know on what you guys think if you're planning on getting this game. But fellas, trust me, this game is probably one of my favourite Resident Evil games ever, and it's got to be one of the best in the series. Capcom really did a good job of bringing this franchise back, and I can't wait to see what happens to the future of the series. But as always, have a great day, have a great week, stay safe, stay tuned, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you fellas on the next one. Yeah, woo, yeah.
Kill him, Mommy.
But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking